TheTrickLife.com.
So a bit of personal indulgence here. Always like to include a number of my favourites. And as far as gin short cocktails are concerned, I think the White Lady has got to be my absolute favourite gin cocktail. I'm going to make this drink in 3 different guises. So there's the White Lady and there's a couple of variations. But first of all, just let me give you a bit of background on this because it's a rather interesting cocktail. Invented in 1919 by a very famous bartender, Harry McElhoney, a place in London called Ciro's Club. And when it was invented in 1919, had no gin anywhere near it. It was a creme de menthe drink. But somehow, 10 years later, he decided himself that he was going to take the creme de menthe out, put the gin in, and create the White Lady that we know today, which is the drink I'm going to do for you now. So start with the White Lady, then I'll do the variations. So, as ever, ice in the shaker, clean glasses ready to receive the drink. 1 good scoop of ice in here. Now, unlike another, well, I was going to say another drink on this DVD, but in actual fact, unlike any other drink on this DVD, we're going to put some egg white in here. And egg white seems like a strange thing to put in a cocktail. And if you ask a professional bartender why it goes in, they'll say, well, we put it in because we want it to bind the cocktail. Well, bind what? I mean, you don't need it to bind the cocktail, but actually, if you want to put it in to create a nice creamy, frothy head, then that's a good reason to put it in, because that's actually what it does. So, start. Egg white. I've got a number of egg whites in here. Put about, I guess, about half an egg's worth of egg white. Looks a bit runny. Not too bad, though. And then we're going to add 25 ml of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Lemon juice goes in with the egg white. Combines reasonably well at this stage, but don't worry about that. Now we're going to add 1 shot or 25 ml of gin. Gin goes in. And then to sweeten this, instead of sugar, as we used in a number of cocktails on this DVD, going back to the Cointreau triple sec, very successful combination when it comes to sweetening cocktails. And again, 25 ml of the Cointreau. Now we're ready to shake. Really important when you've got egg white in a drink that you give it a good shake. So I'm going to shake longer than I would normally shake. As you can see, about 8 or 9 shakes. But then when I crack it open, you'll see that there's nothing floating around in here. It's a really smooth cocktail. The egg white has really been blended down in a sense. And this is drink number 1. This is the White Lady. You can see a really creamy, frothy head to it. That comes from the egg white. Comes up to within about half a centimetre at the top of the glass. And that's drink number 1. So that's the classic White Lady. Now, if we take it from there and we go a step further, we've got an opportunity to do a number of variations. And the first variation I'm going to do is a Blue Lady. Essentially the same drink, but with a blue twist to it. So, start with the glass. We've got the ice in the shaker as we had before. With this one again, egg white, same amount, about half the egg. So that's about there. Remember the lemon juice, so about a shot of that, 25 ml, that's good in there. Gin as we had before, so once again, 25 ml of gin. But instead of the Cointreau, the triple sec, we're using the blue curacao. And to remember that the blue curacao is essentially the same flavour, alcohol content slightly lighter, but completely different colour. And 25 ml of the blue. You can already see in the shaker that it's going to be a different colour. So, get the top on the shaker, give it a tap, and again, a good shake because we've got the egg white in there. You want to make sure that it's blended. About 8 or 9, give it a tap, open it up, make sure everything's back in the shaker, back to the strainer, and this time when we strain, same creamy head as we had before, but completely different colour. This lovely blue, wonderful colour, sort of almost aquamarine. Tastes almost identical, but it's a completely different, I guess, psychological approach to it because the colour makes you think that it's going to taste very different, but absolutely wonderful, smooth, and slightly less alcohol than the White Lady. So that's the white and the blue. Finally, we're going to move on to the Pink Lady, and again, very subtle variation, looks good on the bar, good if you've got guests around, you can give them 3 different drinks, which essentially are the same drink, but look nice when they're spread across the table. Ice once again into the shaker, remember the routine, so we've got the egg white, again half an egg's worth of egg white, lemon juice in there again, 25 ml. This time, of course, we're going to put gin. Gin goes in, 25 like we had before. It is a gin-based drink. And we're going back to the Cointreau, the triple sec. So it looks like it's essentially the same as the White Lady. But the way we change the colour is in addition to grenadine. It's that alcoholic syrup, the pomegranate-flavoured syrup, and about 5 ml, just enough to turn it pink. Looks red at the moment, but when you're giving it a good shake, it will be a very subtle blush pink. Again, good shake. Remember the egg whites in there. You don't want things floating about in the top. Give it a tap like so. Open it up. and then just strain into the glass. You see a wonderful creamy consistency, a beautiful rose colour. Bring it up to within about ½ centimetre at the top, and then you're done. A beautiful pink lady, wonderful blue, and of course the classic white lady.
TrickLife.com